Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to another interview from our interview series with successful business analysis practitioner. Today, we will be interacting with Diksha, who has recently transitioned into a business analysis role. So let's understand this transition in her own words. Hi, Diksha. How are you?
I'm good, Nitin. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for giving us this time.
That's my opportunity, actually. Thanks a lot.
So before we begin with the interview, Diksha, it would be great if you can introduce yourself.
Sure. So my name is Diksha Singh, and I am a BCom honors graduate from MTU University. I started my career journey as a financial analyst in US mortgage industry. So my first company was Excel Dynamics. And then I
Okay.
switched to Fly Homes. So I have around 1.5 years of experience as a financial analyst and then QC analyst in US mortgage industry only. And then in April 2023, I joined as a RPA business analyst in DB Shankar. So basically, it's a robotic process automation business analyst. Yeah,
That's an interesting role.
yeah,
So
actually
so
it is.
let's talk about this transition, Diksha. Why did you decide that you have to move to a business analysis career?
Okay, so the story behind it is that when I was in third sem of my college, so there I got to know about the two professions, it was data analyst and business analyst. And
Okay.
that time I was already got a campus placement in two companies, Capgemini and Hinduja. So I was well prepared for the account analyst. But when I came to know about this particular word, business analyst, so uh, I just did R&D about it, and I was really interested. Finds me it seems interested for me that we have to connect with client, do a BA like requirements gathering, and we have to work on various tools, for example, Jira, Confluence,
Hmm.
BPM, and etc. etc. But as so these things, basically these tools are really attractive for me because I was a commerce graduate student, but I never wanted to, be as an accounting or a CA or something like that. I always wanted to, play with some tools. And, I always like to, interact with someone. So
Mm.
that client interaction part was like a very attracting point for me as a profession of this. So but I was commerce graduate and I did my R&D at that time. One common point was that it is very difficult for commerce student to get be a business analyst. So that was a tough point for me, but the main transition and I can say my dream job, it was just because of that client interaction part that was, and playing with tools that I found that very attractive. So that is why I just wanted to be a business analyst.
Awesome. That sounds really awesome, Diksha. And is the new role providing you all those opportunities which you were looking
Yeah,
for?
in fact more I can say. I am really happy. I was happy with my previous job also, no doubt. I was satisfied there, be it monetary terms or be it an environment that was MNC was good. But right now I am absolutely satisfied. The tools I am using ChatGPT, I'm learning about that also. I'm learning about automation. I'm using all the tools which I was doing, which I read during my R&D. So yeah, it's absolutely satisfying.
So the level has increased from satisfaction to delighted, I would say.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It was my dream job, I must say. So I'm really delighted right now.
Awesome. And what about the research? What research did you do before becoming a business analyst?
Yeah. So if I talk about the research, then it took me like quite a long time because I started my first job in December 2020. So till
Okay.
6 to 7 months, I was doing well in my job, and I left about thinking about this business analyst. But again, as I said, that somewhere it was my dream job, so I always wanted that tag business analyst with my name. So I again started my research, and I talk with many people on LinkedIn who are business analysts, and whatever information I get from them, I just do the R&D on the Google. I went on IIBA site. I went on various institutes, academy site, and basically my main research part was interacting with people and getting the information from them that how was their journey and what was their background basically. So while my research, the common point was that for being a business analyst, it's important for you to be from a tech background. Otherwise, it's really hard to switch your career. So that particular point was, I can say that triggers my mind to think about my decision again, whether I should go for it or not, because everyone was on the same page that no, you are from commerce background, you should not think about this career because you need to know, you need to have knowledge about the tools, techniques, and everything. So
Hmm.
basically, my R&D was with interacting with people, and it took me, I will say, I in from 1.5 careers, 1.5 years, it took me to make my mind, okay, now this is a time I should just take a break and give a chance, give a risk or a chance to be a business analyst.
Okay. And I believe you proved everyone wrong then, moving from a commerce
Yeah,
role to a business
absolutely.
analysis.
Well, I will say it's tough. It's not easy. I will say this. It's not easy that you, if you're commerce background and you can, you can easily think about it that, okay, I should be a business analyst and I can do it like giving a certification, giving an exam and I have a job. It's not that easy. But yes, you can do it if you have all practical knowledge or theoretical knowledge and you know how to present yourself in front of interviewer. You know how to present the answers that, yeah, you don't have only theoretical knowledge, you do have practical knowledge also. So yeah, I have
Agree.
proved wrong, but the thing is that it's tough. So I always say to everyone whosoever asks to me that should I go for it, I say just you should ask yourself whether you are ready for it or whether you have done R&D or not.
Exactly. It might take longer, like it took in your
Yeah,
case, which is 1.5 years, but it is definitely
yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
Agree.
1.5 years were a time where I was doing R&D, everything, because
Mhm.
there was no one at my back to tell me about this, in brief, that what it is, what you should do. So, yeah, it took me 1.5 years to make my mind about this.
And how long it in entirely it took you to make this transition, including 1.5 years?
So I joined Techcanvass in November, I guess. November or
Okay.
December. November, I guess, yeah. And in January, I gave my ECBA exam. Uh,
Okay.
so I can say here almost 5 to 6 months because after exam
Okay.
also it took me 2 months to land a job.
So
Yeah.
so
So
roughly
I
two
can say,
roughly 2 years.
yeah, I can say.
All right, all right. And how was Tech Canvas helpful? Was it training, question bank, or the overall experience, the course material?
So overall, Tech Canvas was really helpful, but I want to give 5.5 for the question bank actually. See, Tech Canvas, the Abhishek sir always provided a practical knowledge. He always, motivates also in his classes. So that was really beneficial for me. But the main part was question bank. There are many candidates who text me on LinkedIn that I want to pursue from Tech Canvas. So is it helpful or not? So I always say to them that it is, and mostly the most important thing is that question bank. You should, if you're going in tech canvas, then I am 110% sure you can crack any interview. Because the question bank was having every questions which I have faced in my interviews. I have given I like 5 to 6 interviews and I get every questions there in the question bank. So tech canvas was really helpful. It was an
Thank you.
important part
Thank
of my journey actually.
Yeah, your success is our success. So yeah, definitely. Let's now talk about the post training effort. Those 2 months which you spent in landing the job. So what was your work? What did you do in those 2 months? If you could talk about that.
Sure. So in that 2 months, first my priority was to go through all the lessons, recorded sessions question banks which were given by Techcanvass, and I was actually very active on those question banks. To be honest, I was reading the ECBA that book, and after finishing one chapter, my target was to finish the question bank of that particular chapter or the whole chapter. And then I was focusing on the practical trainings. I mean, I took three more certifications from Tech Canvas, like Agile and Scrum, and like these two more, I guess. And so basically, my planning was that I was focusing on practical trainings, getting more hands-on experience on Agile or Jira or Confluence, MS Visio, these kind of things. Because uh, clearing my exam was one part and cracking the interview was one part. Clearing the exam was required only just required that theoretical knowledge which I have to give. But when it's come on interview, interviewer do ask you some practical knowledge. They give you some hands-on projects to like make a wireframe. So after the training, my whole time was given to these practical knowledge only. And Tech Canvas,
Mm.
if I talk about Tech Canvas, Narjini ma'am was really helpful during those times. Even after training also, whenever I text her, I ask her that how I should proceed, what should I do. She was always there for me. So yeah, Tech Canvas played a very important role even after post training.
Thank you, Diksha. Any tips which you want to share with the aspirants who are planning to transition to a BA role?
Yeah, definitely. If you are switching a career to be a business analyst, then I always say everyone that you should ask three questions to yourself. Whether you are aware fully about this BA role, have you done R&D? Ask yourself, are you really prepared for this role, or you're just doing for the sake of money, or if others are doing this role? And the third and most important question is that will you be able to uh, give your 100% on that job or not? Because if I frankly, if I speak, then many people think that it's just a task to interact with client. That's it. No, it's not. It's a huge task. You have to interact with client. You have to understand their requirements. You have to present that requirements to tech team, to developers, and it's really tough. It's not easy. Many people come to me and say, okay, you have done from Tech Canvas, so maybe I can also try. But they don't have any background on that. They don't have any R&D on that. And that decision, I never support to that decision. So I always say this thing that please ask yourself whether you have done R&D or not, and don't depend on others. Do yourself. Do it everything by yourself. Do R&D. Talk with people. Interact with people. Interacting with people will really help others. They will tell you that what was their experience, how was their journey, what difficulties they faced, and do make a note of everything, and then think whether you really want this or not. It's not a for many people it's just for a money, but I believe that it's a passion. Being a business analyst is a passion. You are presenting your company, you are presenting your team. So if you are not giving your 100%, you're not doing it by heart, then I don't think that you should go for it. So basically, just ask yourself whether you have done R&D and whether you are ready or not. This
Okay.
tips I just want to give everyone. Yeah,
So self-analysis is really important for
very
the
important, very
aspirants.
important. Yeah, very important. And they should ask expert. I always say. Before joining Tech Canvas, I had a conversation. I don't remember name of that person. Uh, he was. I just don't remember his name. So I had a conversation with him also. He was from Tech Canvas, and I asked him also whether it's fine or not to go with it. He also shared with me a lot of things, his experience, his journey about Tech Canvas, and it really helped me to take a decision to go with Tech Canvas. So every point is really important if you're switching your career. It's not a piece of cake that you can do it easily. So you should do self-analysis, you should do R&D. It's really important.
Thank you so much, Diksha. Thank you for sharing those delightful insights with us, and thank you for giving your time. All the best for your career.